Good morning, and welcome to the Crawford County Board of Commissioners meeting for April 25th, 2024. We'll start with the Pledge of Allegiance with Commissioner Shell.
All rise.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, sir. Any approval of minutes from the full session on April 10th, 2024?
So moved?
Second.
It's properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call.
Henry.
Yes.
Seeley.
Yes.
Shell.
Yes.
Any approval of minutes from the work session on April 17th, 2024?
So moved.
Second?
Properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call.
Seeley.
Yes.
Shell.
Yes.
Henry.
Yes. And approval of paying the bills of $2,703,680.69 for the period ending April 24th, 2024.
So moved?
Second.
Been properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call.
Shell.
Yes.
Henry.
Yes.
Seeley.
Yes.
There were no executive sessions. Any public comment? Okay. We'll start with Women's Services.
Hello, Bruce.
Morning.
Bruce.
Morning, gentlemen. Always a pleasure. So I'm here today because the county, Women's Services, and Meadville City Police Department collaborate on a grant application that's made possible through the Violence Against Women Act. These are federal funds that support a coordinating team approach to the crimes of domestic violence, sexual violence, stalking, and dating violence. We've been getting this grant here in Crawford County since the mid to late 90s. It's $375,000 over 3 years. That's $125,000 a year. $37,500 goes to support an assistant district attorney here in the courthouse. $37,500 goes to a detective through the Meadville City Police Department, and $50,000 to Women's Services for a full-time legal advocate who's embedded here in the courthouse and a part-time legal advocate in Titusville. So I'll be dropping off the signature page for you to sign off on. Also, we have a couple of pass-through agreements that have to be signed off on because the money comes into you and then you distribute it out to the city and to Women's Services. We're still working on the final pieces of the grant. I have a couple things to do yet. Stephanie Franz still has a couple things to do, and then we'll get it to you. I'll drop it off to the Commissioner's office, but I'll get this to you today so you can start circulating it for the signature.
All right.
Okay.
I will move to approve.
Second.
It's been properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call.
Henry.
Yes.
Seeley.
Yes.
Shell.
Yes.
Thank you, Bruce.
Thank you, Mike.
Cata. Tim and his clan.
Canada with
Yes.
special guests. Yeah.
Welcome, everybody.
Hey,
Hello.
good morning, Commissioners. Today is National Take Your Kids to Work Day, so I'm honored to be here with my 4 children, Ethan, Adeline, Luke, and Jacob. They're going to learn a lot about CATA today, and they were excited to come to the Commissioners meeting and hopefully be on TV.
Well, welcome to all of you. Wave to the camera
Wave
for
for
him.
the camera,
There's
guys.
the camera. There you go.
This might be our highest viewed meeting yet.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, but I'm here on official CATA business. I'm here asking for your support in the amount of $50,000, which will support the CATA fixed route grant of just over $2 million with PennDOT. The request of $50,000, $42,015 will go to match the state funds. $7,985 will go into a reserve for future operating and capital expenses. We are presenting a similar resolution for Venango County to match their portion of our required local share. And this request of $50,000 is a zero increase request over the past 5 to 7 years. So it's been a flat request, and we appreciate your support. If there's any questions about CATA or our operating grant, I'd be happy to answer them for you.
Would any of the kids want to answer the questions?
Want to answer any questions about CATA?
No. Okay,
They're
well,
looking
check.
forward to riding the bus and going to the garage and seeing the
Oh,
mechanics.
good. Good. Yeah, I will make that motion.
I will second.
It's been properly moved and seconded. Any discussion?
Nope, just that this money is managed incredibly well.
Yes.
The reserve, how they structure their reserves and how they do their local matches is truly a model for organizations such as this, and we're very grateful
Thank you.
that there's that sort of attentiveness put into it.
Okay. Any other discussion? Roll call.
Seeley.
Yes.
Shell.
Yes.
Henry.
Yes. Thank you, Tim.
Thank you.
Have a
Thanks,
good day,
kids. See you later. Have
Say
fun.
bye.
The correctional facility.
You gotta follow that,
No,
Jack.
no kids, Jack?
No
Just
kids.
bring- Don't
Just a
bring
juvenile,
anybody
we're
with you?
good.
I mean, you could probably bring some orange shirts in. I don't know.
This morning, I'm looking to get two items ratified. The first item is the payment of $9,384.75 to the Overhead Door Company of Franklin. This is for a broken spring in our Sallyport door, and it is not a budgeted item.
So moved.
Second,
Been properly moved in second. Any discussion? Roll call.
Shell,
yes.
Henry,
Yes.
Seeley.
Yes.
Second item is a payment of $525 to Seven Mountains Media to attend a job fair and also have 30 recruitment commercials to assist in finding candidates to fill several vacant positions at the facility. And this is also not a budgeted item.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Properly moved in second. Any discussion?
Now that's this Saturday, correct?
This Saturday,
Okay.
correct.
Where's that at?
Voodoo Brewery.
Down
It's actually-
here.
Right, it's called Beers and Careers. Yeah, and it's actually one of the better job fairs that we've gone to. Lon Wilson's great. He directs people to us, and he does a really good job.
Okay, very good.
Well, that's probably incentive to stop down, isn't it, Commissioner?
Where else can you get a job for beers and careers?
Yeah.
Any other discussion? Roll call.
Henry,
Yes.
Seeley,
Yes.
Shell.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jack.
Thanks,
Adult
Jack.
probation.
Good morning, Commissioners.
Morning,
Good morning,
Trevor.
Trevor.
The first item on the agenda here is modification of our current drug and alcohol RIP intermediate punishment grant. We're modifying to reduce the grant by $55,000. Obviously, we didn't budget this, we didn't plan on this, but it's not affecting the county. This is dollars that will come from drug and alcohol and treatment from their end of things, but it won't affect anything as it relates to personnel and budgeted items here for the county.
All right.
So moved.
Second,
It's been properly moved in second. Any discussion? Roll call.
Seeley,
Yes.
Shell,
yes.
Henry.
Yes.
And the next item on is the approval of the same application for the 2024-2025 fiscal grant of the Drug and Alcohol RIP Intermediate Punishment Grant in the amount of $270,000. So we're applying for this same grant to start July 1.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Properly moved in second. Any discussion? Roll call.
Shell,
Yes.
Henry,
Yes.
Seeley.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
IT, and Gina will do that on behalf of Tim.
IT is requesting the purchase of Oracle support from Concept Plus LLC for a block of 25 hours in the amount of $4,125 to be invoiced only when hours are used. This is for a period ending 12/31/27, and it is a budgeted item.
So moved.
Second,
Been properly moved in second. Any discussion? Roll call.
Henry?
Yes.
Seeley?
Yes.
Shell.
yes.
And lastly, they're requesting to ratify the new three-year contract with Nationwide Power for service of the UPS at the Judicial Center in the amount of $8,273.97. This is a budgeted item.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Properly moved in second. Any discussion? Roll call.
Seeley?
Yes.
Shell?
Yes.
Henry?
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Public safety. Morning, Greg.
Good morning, Mr.
Hello,
Mayor.
Greg.
We're asking to approve the purchase of 3 Dell desktop computers through IT in the amount of $3,257.34 to replace the current amateur radio computers at the public safety building. Our hazmat funds will be used for that purchase.
So moved.
Second,
Properly moved in second. Any discussion?
is that group still fairly active? It seemed to me they were losing some members to that amateur
They're
group.
okay.
Okay,
There's a good band of fellows that
yeah.
are
Okay.
still rolling.
Roll call.
Shell?
Yes.
Henry?
Yes.
Seeley?
Yes.
Thank you. Requesting to approve the payment of $16,400 to MCM Consulting for continued work on the county's hazard mitigation plan. That will all be reimbursed through PMA.
So moved.
Second.
It's been properly moved in second. Any discussion?
What is the, I should know this, and he said it before, what is the timeline for that? When do we expect the completed
The check's in the mail.
checks in the mail? All right. I couldn't remember. I thought it was by year's end.
Yeah,
that's
there
supposed to
should
wrapped
be
up.
some reimbursement coming soon.
Okay.
Roll call.
Henry.
Yes.
Seeley.
Yes.
Shell.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you. We're asking you to approve the fiscal year 24-25 Hazmat Response Fund grant from FEMA in the amount of $13,673. EMA will be using that money to complete the purchase of hazmat testing stands, cylinder holders, and absorbent materials, and no matching funds are required for that.
So moved.
Second.
It's been properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call.
Seeley.
Yes.
Shell.
Yes.
Henry.
Yes.
Thank you. And finally, just to approve the purchase of 2 replacement resource tables in the 911 center from Zyvic Systems, in the amount of $4,572.18. And we'll be using our wireless funds to cover that at no expense to the county.
So moved.
Second.
It's been properly moved and seconded. Any discussion?
Did those arrive? Or-
No, I
or-
didn't want to order them until they were approved.
Okay.
Roll call.
Shell.
Yes.
Henry.
Yes.
Seeley.
Yes.
Thank you, Greg.
All right, thank you.
Have a good one.
The courts.
Good morning.
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 I would actually like to table the first item on the agenda.
Okay. Table 13A.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the first item we have is to ratify the purchase of 2 Dell Optiplex microcomputers for a total cost of $1,571.82 for a video conferencing system upgrade for the MDJ Linesville courtroom from warrant fee funds.
So moved.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call.
Seeley.
Yes.
Shell.
Yes.
Henry.
Yes.
The next item we have is to ratify the purchase of a Logitech non-USB microphone, 2 OBS BOT webcams, 2 HDMI cables, and 2 USB 10-foot extenders from Amazon for a video conferencing system upgrade for the MDJ Linesville courtroom from warrant fees funds totaling $422.43.
So moved.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call.
Shell.
Yes.
Henry.
Yes.
Seeley.
Yes.
The next item is to ratify a purchase of 2 40-inch TVs and mounts from Walmart for a video conferencing system upgrade for the MDJ Linesville courtroom from warrant fee funds totaling $335.96.
So moved.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call.
Henry.
Yes.
Seeley.
Yes.
Shell.
Yes.
Next item is we're requesting approval for the purchase of materials from Ace Contractor Center totaling $831.91 for the install of bullet panels at the MDJ Vernon office, paid for by the AOPC security grant in the amount of $633.17, and warrant fee split funds in the amount of $198.74.
So moved.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call.
Seeley.
Yes.
Shell.
Yes.
Henry.
Yes.
And the last item we have is requesting approval for the purchase of materials from Sherman-Williams totaling $512.51 for the install of bullet panels at the MDJ Vernon office, paid for by warrant fee split funds.
So moved.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call.
Shell.
Yes.
Henry.
Yes.
Seeley.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks for coming.
Crawford County Planning.
Good morning, Ann.
Hello, Ann.
We have lots of questions for you, Ann.
Oh, you better not. All right, first couple, we have corrections. Ratify approval to pay the below invoices for reimbursement in the corrected amount of $1,120 to vote heating and cooling for training wages through the construction workforce industry program for the following students. C. Kearns for $600 and M. Rossi for $520. This is a non-budgeted item. This item is to be paid for out of the whole home repair program.
So moved.
Second.
It's been properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call.
Henry.
Yes.
Seeley.
Yes.
Shell.
Yes.
Next correction is ratify approval to pay the below invoices for reimbursement in the corrected amount of $2,376 to R.E. Johnson for training wages through the construction workforce industry program for the following students. D. Dubay for $640, M. Beck for $520, M. Rubaker for $576, and R. Atkins for $640. This is a non-budgeted item. This item is paid for out of the whole home repair program.
So moved.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call.
Seely,
Yes.
Shell,
Yes.
Henry.
Yes.
Next is request approval to pay the below invoices for reimbursement in the amount of $1,216 to Vote Heating and Cooling for training wages through the Construction Workforce Industry Program for the following students: C. Kearns for $576 and M. Rossi for $640. This is a non-budgeted item. This item is to be paid for out of the whole home repair program.
So moved.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call.
Shell,
Yes.
Henry,
Yes.
Seely.
Yes.
Request approval to pay invoice number 3 for reimbursement in the amount of $576 to Ferguson Construction for I. McCauley training wages through Construction and Workforce Industry Program. This is a non-budgeted item. This item is to be paid for out of the whole home repair program.
So moved.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. Any discussion?
Yep, it's just good to see the repetition of names, not just today, through the various months. That means these students are sticking with it, and it's effective.
Yeah, it's going well.
Good.
Roll call.
Henry,
Yes.
Seely,
Yes.
Shell,
Yes.
Request approval to pay invoice 14718 from Porter Consulting Engineers in the amount of $4,177.95 for engineering work completed for the Heidi Cooper Park. This is a non-budgeted item. This item is paid for out of the county CDBG CV3 grants.
So moved.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call.
Seely,
Yes.
Shell,
Yes.
Henry.
Yes. Thank you, ma'am.
Thanks, Ed.
Thank you.
Crawford County Maintenance.
Good morning, Mark.
Morning, Mark.
Morning.
Ask and ratify approval of invoices for the new second floor finance office for $9,243.38.
So moved.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. Any discussion?
Looks good up there.
Roll call.
Thank you, Mary.
Yeah. Thank you.
Shell,
Yes.
Henry,
Yes.
Seely.
Yes.
Ask and ratify approval of invoices for the courthouse brick wall project for $3,879.33.
So moved.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call.
Henry,
Yes.
Seely,
Yes.
Shell,
Yes.
Ask and approval to pay Amark Environmental to remove asbestos pipe insulation in the courthouse for $3,195.
So moved.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call.
Seely,
Yes.
Shell,
Yes.
Henry.
Yes.
Ask and approval to pay the Meadville Tribune for advertisement of bids for the courthouse parking deck rehab project for $941.50.
So moved.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call.
Shell,
Yes.
Henry,
Yes.
Seely.
Yes.
Ask approval to pay an invoice to Brian Noah, project manager, for professional services for the month of March 2024 for $2,083.50.
So moved.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call.
Henry,
Yes.
Seely,
Yes.
Shell,
Yes.
Ask an approval for a change order to Ramp Construction to install a new vent curb on the youth show arena roof project at the fairgrounds for $1,200.
So moved.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call.
Seely,
Yes.
Shell,
Yes.
Henry.
Yes.
And ask an approval to pay Sagan Tractor Sales for repairs done on the Ford tractor at the fairgrounds for $1,058.63.
So moved.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call.
Shell,
Yes.
Henry,
Yes.
Seely.
Yes.
Thank you. Human Services.
Morning.
Morning,
Morning,
Sue.
Sue.
Good morning, Sue.
I am seeking ratification of the contract with Linstar Incorporated. The contract period is for January 1st, 2024 to December 31st, 2024. This agreement covers preventative maintenance and on-call remedial maintenance service for all of the door security equipment that we have installed from them.
So moved.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call.
Henry,
Yes.
Seely,
Yes.
Shell,
Yes.
Seeking approval of the purchase requisition to Dell Incorporated for the purchase of 22 Dell laptops and 8 active pens. The total cost is $25,010.34. The cost to the county is $4,481.91.
So moved.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call.
Yes.
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 Seeking approval of the purchase requisition to Meadville Community Soup Kitchen for $5,000 to be used for food grocery purchases. This was part of the retained revenue plan for fiscal year 22-23. The cost to the county is $266.94.
So moved.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call.
Yes.
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 I'm seeking approval of the purchase requisition to Zook Motors for the purchase of a 2024 Ford Escape. The total is $29,684.42. There is no cost to the county. This is all paid for through ID ARPA funds.
So moved.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call. Yes.
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 I'm seeking approval of the F2 amendment to the fiscal year 23-24 CYSJP contract with Family Services of Northwest Pennsylvania. This amendment is combining the maximums for 3 services and adding an additional $60,000. The individual rates for each service remain unchanged.
So moved.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call.
Yes.
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 I'm seeking approval of the C1 amendment to the fiscal year 23-24 MHIDEI contract with Child and Family Connections. This is part of the fiscal year 22-23 Human Services Block Grant Retained Revenue Plan. The provider has been approved to purchase 3 cameras for the Transitional Living Program apartment building.
So moved.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call.
Yes.
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 Seeking approval of the C2 amendment to the fiscal year 23-24 contract with Crawford County Mental Health Awareness Program. As part of the Human Services Block Grant Retained Revenue Plan, the provider has been approved to purchase furniture for the drop-in center and supplies for the Pathfinders program.
So moved.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call. Yes.
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 Seeking approval of the C1 amendment to the fiscal year 23-24 contract with Hand in Hand Mental Health Services. This amendment is combining the maximum earnings totals for the Prospect and Elm Street House. There is no overall change in funding. It's also increasing the maximum earnings for the Challenge Center by $10,000.
So moved.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call.
Yes.
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 I'm seeking approval of the C3 amendment to the fiscal year 23-24 contract with Hand in Hand Mental Health Services. As part of the Human Services Block Grant Retained Revenue Plan, the provider has been approved to utilize funds to replace several doors.
So moved.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call.
Yes.
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 Seeking approval of the C1 amendment to the fiscal year 23-24 contract with Titusville Area Senior Citizens Corporation. As part of the Human Services Block Grant Retained Revenue Plan, the provider has been approved to purchase 2 rolling kitchen trolley cabinets for the Social Connections Drop-In Center.
So moved.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call. Yes.
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 Seeking approval of the fiscal year 23-24 professional contract with Meadville Family YMCA. As part of the Human Services Block Grant Retained Revenue Plan, the provider has been approved to utilize funds for their free dinner and food bag distribution program.
So moved.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call.
Yes.
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 Seeking approval of the fiscal year 23-24 professional contract with St. James Haven. As part of the Human Services Block Grant Retained Revenue Plan, the provider has been approved to utilize funds to complete a kitchen remodel for the shelter.
So moved.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call.
Yes.
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 Seeking approval of the fiscal year 23-24 professional contract with Women's Services. As part of the Human Services Block Grant Retained Revenue Plan, the provider has been approved to purchase a variety of household and hygiene items for their shelter.
So moved.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call. Yes.
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 And I'm seeking approval of the fiscal year 23-24 professional contract with the YWCA of Titusville as part of the Human Services Block Grant Retained Revenue Plan. The provider has been approved to purchase supplies for the St. James House Shelter.
So moved.
Second.
Probably moved in second. Any discussion? Roll call.
Seely,
Yes.
Shell,
Yes.
Henry.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much.
Thank you.
Good
Finance.
morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Stephanie.
For your approval, I have the following invoices. The first is to Penn State Extension. It's the second quarter 2024 budgeted appropriation in the amount of $72,500. Next, we have an invoice to Penn Soil Resource Conservation Council. It's the installment 2 of the 3-year program in the amount of $5,000. And finally, to the city of Titusville, it's their EMS generator contribution in the amount of $13,000.
So moved.
Second.
Properly moved in second. Any discussion? The other half of that generator was actually purchased by, excuse me, Titusville Hospital, so it's a nice
Oh.
collaboration to cover Titusville. Roll call?
Shell,
Yes.
Henry,
Yes.
Seely.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Tax Claim Bureau, Treasurer.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Asking for you to ratify payment to Government Software Services for the mailing of 4,014 notice of claim mailers for the 2023 taxes in the amount of $29,703.60. This is a budgeted item and will be charged back to the taxpayers' delinquent tax balance.
So moved.
Second.
Properly moved in second. Any discussion? Roll call.
Henry,
Yes.
Seely,
Yes.
Shell.
Yes.
Asking for approval, payment to Government Software Services for printing of 4,014 notice of claim mailers for the 2023 taxes in the amount of $3,058.23. This is a budgeted item and will be added to the taxpayers' delinquent tax balance.
So moved.
Second.
Properly moved in second. Any discussion? Roll call.
Seely,
Yes.
Shell,
Yes.
Henry.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Commissioner's Office.
Okay, requesting approval of the contract with Echo Valley for a federal contest at the 2024 County Fair in the amount of $2,000. The Fair Board is responsible for the prize money.
So moved.
Second.
Properly moved in second. Any discussion? Are you considering getting in this contest or something?
My yes vote is contingent on Commissioner Henry competing.
Yeah, there you
I can
go.
only play kazoo. I'm sorry. So, roll call.
Shell,
Yes.
Henry,
Yes.
Seely.
Yes.
And last, requesting approval of the payment of invoice to Leonard's Auto for repairs to the Chevy Suburban in the amount of $701.35.
So moved.
Second.
Properly moved in second. Any discussion? Roll call.
Henry,
Yes.
Seely,
Yes.
Shell.
Yes.
Okay, there are new hires and transfers in your packet. Take a look at those, please.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Probably moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call.
Seely,
Yes.
Shell,
Yes.
Henry.
Yes. Okay. Following information, upcoming meetings, next work session, May 1st, next full session, May 8th. Commissioner comments, Commissioner Seeley.
Sure. We'll just take a moment to recognize and to comment on the primary election we had this week. It went very smoothly. Both voters, election workers, and poll workers were pleased with how nicely it went, and that is done through the work of our elections office and the work of our poll workers across Crawford County. For many years, I was on the other side of that as a candidate and as a party official, and I was able to watch the election process through a very different perspective. And I had a lot to learn on Tuesday, I will say, and I absolutely cannot say enough about the elections staff and the many employees of Crawford County that pitch in ways that I never would have known prior to last night. And it's truly a feather in our cap. It's something we can all take a great amount of pride in as Crawford County residents, that we have this caliber of people working for us, both here in this building and all across the polling precincts of Crawford County. So our tip of the hat to you, and we're very pleased to have them in our fold.
Commissioner Shell.
I will just echo that. It's an amazing process in this county to watch how this election system goes, and the credit starts with the people out in the field, and there are dozens of them, and we met with all of them yesterday, and it comes back to Gina and the group in the voter service office and did a fantastic job. It was a real learning experience for me, but I can't thank you guys enough for everything that you did. And even Keith Gushard was nice to us when he stopped by to visit. So, thank you.
I mean, somebody wrote him in, I don't know. what it was,
Yeah,
so
you got a couple votes.
I think he's in
yesterday,
fifth
Keith.
place for something.
How that is. So. I don't have to repeat what everybody else said, but I always, when I visit the polling precincts, and I visited about 30 of them, while these guys really did a lot of the legwork for the mail-ins, and that's much appreciated. It's how it worked, and probably in the fall, that may have to be expanded so they can continue to do the good work to get it done. That process was good, but whenever you receive unsolicited compliments about your staff, that's nice to hear. So, and I really didn't. I just talked about the training that Gina does. She has it down pat. The detail that Jessalyn has in her paperwork, which is crazy. I mean, if you need anything, and what they are most happy about is that they're willing to change and adjust on the fly. So every year, the training is different, and that's what they like to go for. And the attendance was great for training. So it's just good to see and good to hear. And I know there's people out there that have concerns about elections. That doesn't mean we won't want to listen to you. Please email, as I have one in my box today. Please email. Please ask us all the questions in the world. But at the end of the day, I think this board of elections can tell you that our elections are safe, secure, and by all means, it's a compliment to everything we have here in the group. So, including Matt over there in the corner, because
Yes.
the machines did really well, and I'm very happy with how they progressed through the day. There was very little issues. Now the voter turnout was low, so that helped a little bit for all of us. But it's a good run for the fall, I think. So, Gina, do you want to add anything at all, since you kind of uptake the portion of it?
Really just sort of along the same lines as what you guys said. I'm just really honored and proud to be a part of the team that we have here in Crawford County. The rovers, the staff in voter services, the board who's always supportive and assisting in any way that they can. And it's just really a source of pride to be considered a part of that team.
Well, thank you.
And the food was good that
Yes,
everybody
the food
brought
was
in.
Oh, food was so good. Crawled out of here at 11.
Yes.
Okay, if no other business for the board, I'll entertain a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Second.
We are adjourned. Thank you.
I don't remember what you got, Keith. I don't know whether it was one or two, but you lost to Sam Feely, and that was pretty bad.
All set, Ellie? All right, we're going to bring the salary board meeting to order for April 25th, 2024. I need approval of minutes from the April 10th meeting.
So moved.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. There is one executive session on April 15th to discuss wages for the courts. And now some motions before the board. We'll start with the courts. Thank you.
Welcome back.
Again.
Hello.
We're requesting to set the rate for new hire of Brianna Gallagher, full-time assistant law librarian, court admin clerical, replacing Tracy Means, effective May 1st, 2024, at $19 per hour.
So moved.
Second.
It's been properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Thank you. Sheriff Powers.
Morning, Commissioners.
Good morning,
Good
sir.
morning.
I'm gonna butcher this name, but, I'm here to ratify the emergency hire of Mark Raplowski, per diem deputy sheriff, replacing Scott Young, effective 4/22/2024. The per diem sheriff's office, per diem wage increase policy is set at $17 an hour.
So moved.
Second.
His primary, I'll take your second still. He has a vote, so he has.
Oh,
a vote.
I'm sorry.
No
That's
problem.
right.
Properly moved and seconded.
That's right.
Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
And then the second thing I have is to ratify the emergency transfer of Daryl Anderson, part-time control room observer, replacing John Williams, transferring from per diem security officer, effective 4/22/2024, and the rate was set at $15.25 an hour.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Thank you.
One more.
You got one more.
Can't forget
Next
this
day.
guy.
Yeah.
Has it been that long already? I didn't turn the page. I also need to set the rate for Eric Johnston, full-time deputy sheriff who completes 1 year of service, effective 5/8/2024, as set by the 12/13/2023 salary board at $20.52 per hour.
Second.
Properly moved in second. Any discussion? It's probably a net loss because he's a new grandpa, so he won't know he's going to have spend a lot of gifts. So. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ellie?
Request to ratify the attached emergency correctional facility per diem wage increase policy effective January 29th, 2024.
So moved.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. The rest of the items are for information only. If there's no other business for the salary board, I entertain a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Second.
We are adjourned. Thank you. All right, we're going to bring the retirement board meeting to order for April 25th, 2024. And approval of minutes from the April 10th meeting.
So moved.
Second.
Been properly moved in second. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. There were no executive sessions, and we're ready for Eugenia.
Okay, I make the motion for Justin Shallow, formerly of Public Safety, to be vested in retirement with a start date of 5/10/23, last date paid 3/27/24, and interest ongoing.
Second.
Properly moved in second. Any discussion?
The start date for him, that is correct? I thought he'd been here much longer.
He was,
Ah, okay, yep, you're right.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carried.
Thanks, Ellie.
Next, I make the motion for Amanda Weaver, formerly of Juvenile Probation, to withdraw retirement with a start date of 6/21/23, last date paid in interest through 3/28/24.
So moved. Not me second. Sorry.
Properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carried.
Next, I make the motion for Sarah Dillerman, formerly of the Prothonotary's Office, to be vested in retirement with a start date of 4/23/2007, last date paid 3/16/24, and interest ongoing.
Second. I'll defer to the treasurer.
Properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carried.
And last, I make the motion to approve the Corn Ferry invoice number 195291124 for April 2024 actuarial services in the amount of $2,237 paid from the retirement checking account.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. If there's no other business for retirement board, I'd entertain a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Second, we are adjourned. Thank you. No need for election meeting.